Hello and welcome to Noble Stag Hobbies. My name is John and I am brand new to the hobby of mini painting. Now, I say that I'm brand new to the hobby of painting, but I have actually been collecting models and minis and sets and things for the last 2 or 3 years. I've built up a little bit of I'm not going to call it a pile of shame, I don't like that term, a to-do list. Let's go with that. And today I wanted to take you through that and see what's kind of lined up and ready to go. So if you have been on our Instagram recently, you will have seen these two guys. This is Muffin, this is my better half's old dog, and this one is Sammy. This is our dog that we have together. He's actually in the room with me right now. Hang on. I've just grabbed the camera handheld here. So this is the Fenrisian Wolves as Muffin and Sammy with his Go Faster stripe and his little nose spot, white splodge on his back. This is quite often where he comes and lies when I'm up here painting and making videos and things. So he's conveniently tucked his nose away. Sam! There he is. This is quite often where he lies, and he comes up here while I'm painting and he just sits very quietly on his little bed just there. And he's a very good helper, I have to say. The models themselves, they don't really look too much like the actual dogs. They are Fenrisian wolves. Who I have here, I have the other 3 from the box primed and ready to go. So these are going to be next on the painting block, as it were. Obviously Sammy and Muffin have not followed the box art even slightly, even remotely, but with these 3 I'm going to do a brown one, a grey one and a black one, and I think we'll have a nice kind of range of big angry space wolves, which should be quite fun. As well as that, I also have another set that I've kind of started building and putting together. The better half bought me this one for my birthday, which is the Seraphon spawn of Chotek. I grew up absolutely loving dinosaurs. Everybody has a favourite dinosaur, and Aztec space dinosaurs is really pretty cool, I think. So yeah, I enjoy these. I'm looking forward to getting into them. I have already pieced together the big fire-breathing salamander spawn of Chotek guy, and I'll be putting together his attendant skinks very soon. I've also started on his base. I've got his kind of placement sorted out, a couple of other stones. That's actually a bit of pottery I found on the beach. I thought it's got quite a nice texture on it that I could kind of look like some crumbled temple masonry or something like that. I still need to get the sand and stuff on here, but I'll do that all together when I get all 3 bases sorted out and the other 3 little guys pieced together. As well, I've also, at the same time as I was priming my wolves, I've also primed a couple of extra bits from this set. I'm also a massive Lord of the Rings nerd, as I think many of us are in this hobby space. So I have the Fellowship of the Ring set here. Most of these guys are still on the sprue, but I thought while I was priming with this nice Rust-Oleum red-brown that seems to be very popular, I thought I would prime Gimli, because he's mostly kind of reds and burgundies, and I think that colouring will work quite well as a base coat. And in the same vein, the One Ring itself that also comes with that set primed. Nice deep red, which will hopefully be quite good with the gold. At least colour theory suggests that it will be, so that's the intention there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, they're primed up and ready to go, and I'll get the Fellowship primed. Probably do most of them in a pale grey, because that's what I normally have used on most of the other minis that I've painted so far. Sticking with the Lord of the Rings, I've got a few other bits and bobs and pieces as well. I have the Galadriel and Celeborn metal minis, this little blister in here. I've not painted too many metal minis so far. Lurt and Ugluk were the only ones I've done so far, and I'm finding that quite different, painting metal to painting the plastics that I've done so far. So yeah, it'll be an interesting challenge coming on to those two, but kind of quite looking forward to that, and maybe make a nice little diorama out of them or something. I think that could be quite fun as kind of a nice sort of scenic feature piece. I have Gandalf and Pippin from the Return of the King. So Gandalf the White, Pippin in his in his full Gondor attire. So that's a cool little set that I've had for really quite a while now, and I should probably think about getting these guys painted up pretty soon. The other small Lord of the Rings box I have is the Three Hunters. It's still in the plastic. I've not even unwrapped it and had a look at them yet, but it's just different poses of Aragorn, Gimli and Legolas, a bit more action. They've got their elven cloaks from Lothlorien on this set as well, so a bit different to the ones that are in the Fellowship box that I already have. And again, it could make some kind of cool set pieces with the Uruk-hai unit that I've already done. And then the final Lord of the Rings set that I have complements the Uruk-hai that I've already painted, as I have said. If you haven't seen those, they are already in my first video. I'll put a link to that somewhere up here, one of these corners, for you guys to go and have a look at if you want to have a look at that. Just a very quick couple of photos of them. But yeah, these guys I got at the same time. These are the Warriors of Minas Tirith, and again would make a nice kind of complementary army or unit to go into set pieces with those. I don't play the games as yet, mostly because I haven't gotten around to building an army or anything like that, and I don't really know anybody locally to me that plays Middle-earth strategy battle game, so I'll need to find those at some point. I maybe will, let's hope so. But yeah, that's all of my Lord of the Rings guys. Now I have a couple of random smaller pieces as well. This one is the Abhorrent Ghoul King from the Warhammer Commemorative Series. I saw this online. I got an email a couple of years ago with this in it, and I just thought this model was really cool. So I went ahead and ordered him, bought him. I haven't even taken him out the plastic and opened the box yet, but I will, because it's a really, really cool model, and I think going through this this to-do list is probably going to be quite healthy for me to actually force me to actually see what I've got and get on with getting it together and painting a lot of this stuff, because there's some really cool stuff in here. So yeah, this is one that I really, really like. Another small packet that I've got here is this one from Flags of War. I'm going to open them up and show you them. I don't know how I came across these guys. They're metal miniatures as well. But these are a couple of cheeky little Jacobites, and I mean that in every sense of the word. This guy here, little Scottish soldier from the Jacobite Rebellion. He's only flashing his bum. I can get away with showing that one on the camera. This guy here, he's lifting up the front of his kilt, and we'll leave it at that. I'm not even going to hold him too close to the camera, but I saw those two somewhere, presumably a targeted ad on Instagram or something, and they made me laugh a lot, so that's why I've got those. I've gone through a phase. I say that like I've finished it and it's completely over with. It probably isn't. Let's not lie to myself or to you. There will always be cool stuff that appears on eBay. I have gathered up a few different units and bundles of models from eBay, which I think I'll go through in a separate video. I might even do a little bit of a keep or shift on some of those. But there are some things that I've bought that I am definitely going to be keeping as well, including this next set. I've got a bag here of bases and wings, and then 3 sprues to attach to those. These are Bretonnian Pegasus Knights from the Warhammer the Old World, or Warhammer Fantasy. I'm not sure how new these are. I don't know if these sculpts are ones that have been reintroduced from the old set, kind of that have been reissued, or if these are new models at all. Perhaps someone can educate me in the comments, because as I said, I'm still very new to this and I don't really know what's going on, or the history of a lot of these models and these sets. But yeah, these are cool. I like them a lot. And yeah, I grew up kind of obsessed with knights and castles and Robin Hood, kind of followed on from my dinosaur phase. So it's no real surprise that I've kind of gone down this route in the hobby as well. I really like the idea of Bretonnia as a faction, as an army. So I have also got the Bretonnian Knights of the Realm box set. I bought this as a little present to myself for my birthday. Don't tell the better half, please. But yeah, this is the last big box in my to-do list. I am very excited about these, so I'll probably maybe tackle some of them fairly soon and kind of get them started and underway. There's 12 knights in the box, or Knights of the Realm or Knights Errant. I might do a mixture of the two. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with them all yet. What I do know is that I'm not going to go with the idea of the box art and the single heraldry colour scheme across the whole unit. I love the old school Warhammer Fantasy setting where each knight would have his own heraldry. They would all have their own colours, and be you wouldn't have the same kind of uniformity in a medieval army. So why would I want that in my Bretonnian army, which is kind of based on real world-ish history and also Arthurian legend and all that stuff? I'm sure you're probably already well aware of that if you're watching this. But yeah, I'm not going to be sticking with single heraldry, single colour scheme across them all. I'm going to give each knight his own scheme, and I've kind of already started writing a list of that and kind of jotting some ideas down for what I would like to do with these guys. So yeah, I'm definitely quite excited about them and looking forward to cracking on with that and sharing it with you. So that's what we have in store. These are things that I'm going to be painting here on the channel. I'll be bringing to you, sharing with you, sharing my thoughts on how accessible these things are for a new painter, for somebody who's new to the hobby, who maybe hasn't got a lot of experience of painting some of the more complex models, putting these things together. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this collection. What do you think I should be looking to go with next, or is there anything you'd like to see me try and paint soon? Any advice you have for painting or assembling any of these things? I'd be really grateful to hear what you have to say on it. So please let me know down in the comments down below. But that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. This is Noble Stag Hobbies. I am Jon, and I will talk to you again very soon.